What's going on, guys? WhiteFox1225 here with another video, and today I'm doing my review of the For Honor beta. I've been waiting for this game for a while. I'm a big fan of games like Chivalry and other games in that genre, so when I saw Ubisoft was making a game sort of like that, I knew I had to try it out. I played the beta all week, and in this video I'm just going to tell you guys what I thought and whether or not the game is worth purchasing when it launches. Let's just start off with what I liked about the game. The graphics are absolutely amazing. The game is stylized and it has a nice art style, but the graphics really do look incredible, really detailed and crisp, and it's definitely one of the best looking games Ubisoft has ever put out, and definitely one of the best ones in recent memory. On top of just having really good graphics and a really good look to the game, it has a really cinematic feel, and it's kind of hard to describe unless you play the game, but when you're playing it, it kind of looks like you're playing a cutscene. And it's the first time I've ever gotten gameplay and I thought, wow, this could actually be a gameplay demo at E3. The way the character models move and interact with the world and the way combat plays out just has a really cinematic feel to it, and it looks so great. And it's something I've never experienced in a multiplayer game before, so I think Ubisoft did a really good job with the graphics and the overall look and presentation of the game. The game performed really well. I had never had it drop below 60 frames per second on my computer. The maps look really great aesthetically, and they really are detailed and have a lot of nice features. They also flow very well and have some nice choke points. The only problem I have with the maps is that they really did feel pretty similar after a while. After I played them a bunch, I began to realize they really were kind of the same map, they just had a different look to them, and it felt really repetitive. Another thing that's nice about the multiplayer is it has an unlock system, and you can get unique items for your character to change the way their armor looked, change their weapons, and that's really cool to see something that maybe you would expect in like a modern shooter to come into the slasher genre. Now let's get into the things I didn't like about the game. My biggest problem with the game is really my only problem, and that's that the gameplay just isn't that great in my opinion. The combat just was not that fun, and I found it pretty frustrating, especially on PC. It's really obvious that this was designed for controller. When you're playing the game, it's just so obvious that they wanted you to play this with a joystick. And when you're trying to play it with keyboard and mouse, it doesn't feel natural at all. And unfortunately, the combat just ends up feeling really awkward. So in the game, you have to move your sword to different sides of your body, and you have to match what your enemy is doing in order to block their attack, and you have to do the opposite of what they're doing to get a successful hit on them. I think that design would work really well on console because you're just moving the joystick, but on PC they make you move the mouse around, and it's just not something the gamers are used to, and it felt pretty clunky and again just not smooth and ended up really feeling awkward. I have a feeling this game would be a lot more enjoyable if you had a controller. Unfortunately, I've never really played on console, so I didn't have a controller laying around to try it out. But if you are on console and you're playing with a controller, or you have a controller for your PC, I think you'll enjoy the combat in this game a lot more. Another problem I had is it's almost impossible to fight two enemies at once. In games like Chivalry, when you're getting attacked, you can block both attacks, and a skilled player can easily take out two, maybe not as experienced players. But in this game, since you have to lock onto your enemy and match what they're doing, it's really impossible to fight two people because you lock onto one, and the other can just attack you from behind and you're pretty much defenseless. I found in the game that if I traveled with my teammates, it was easy to kill the enemy, and if other people ganged up on me, even 2 versus 1, it was almost impossible to beat them, and I ended up just getting killed really easily, and it was just extremely frustrating. Overall, I found the combat, like I said, a lot more frustrating than fun, and it just felt awkward and clunky, and it's a shame because I really wanted to like the game, and other than that, everything is really good. I liked the game modes, I liked the idea of the game, but the execution and the gameplay just wasn't there. If you're on console or you want to play with a controller, you might have a different experience, but for me, I can say that when this comes out, I really doubt I'll be buying it, especially for the $60 price tag. If you are on PC and you're looking for a good slasher game like this to play, I definitely would recommend Chivalry, like I mentioned earlier in the video, but there's also an upcoming slasher called Mordhau, which should have its Kickstarter launching soon. It looks really promising, and that's a PC only game. Anyway guys, that's just my thoughts on the game. I'm not going to be buying it at launch, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. I'm really interested to hear. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, we're always covering MMOs, RPGs, games like that, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.